just like that, the next layer is finally here. All right, we got the lumber. This stuff was delayed a couple days. He's actually bringing one more load. This was the biggest order of all of them. First screw going in to the third layer. In this video, you're gonna see the last screw go into this entire enclosure. All right, quick update real quick. I've got the dream team here, my nephew's here, my neighbor's here, and we're cutting boards and starting on the last layer. I did a little work off camera, putting straw in all the hides. We got the middle divider up, and I got a hose hooked up over here, so now we got water for all these enclosures. So yeah, we're just cutting boards. We're gonna try to fly through it and get as much done as we can, as I have some help here right now. Amazing. All right, let's get this last layer done. All right, this is the fastest this thing has ever been built. 3 people is the perfect amount of people. So, got this whole side done, and now we are working on the other side. This thing is taking shape. You guys see this? Look at this. It's amazing. All right, so getting the other side constructed. Look at this, already got all the dividers cut. Now we're getting the face boards cut, getting everything put in place. It's really coming together. And then after this whole thing is done, I think the next step is the roof, and then we start on the doors, which we actually started a little bit on the doors. We are cutting some of the hardware cloth right here to 5-foot sections. So we got 20 of those cut. We're waiting on more hardware cloth coming in the mail later today. And then we'll get the rest of them cut. So finish the walls, roof goes on, then we start on the doors. So this is coming, and if you can't tell, it's cold today. This is that last cold front Texas always gets at the end of March. This is what happens, and right after this cold front is when I move my tegus out every year. So I wait for that last cold front, and then I move the tegus out. So finishing this enclosure, and hopefully next week we are moving tegus outside. And right now we've got what should be some hardware cloth arriving. Not hardware cloth, but just like everything we've been getting delivered, it is for the enclosures. Oh yeah. We got, oh, let's see, you guys, check it out. We got the water bowls. So 32 brand new water bowls for all the enclosures. Perfect. While I got you here, might as well show you what else we got delivered. We also got these cafeteria trays. This is what we feed our tegus on. So we got the trays now and the water bowls. This is actually happening and coming together. All right, well, we just got done in a couple hours what would have taken me like 2, maybe 3 days. Seriously, we flew through it. One person cutting, the other people I mean, so nice makes a huge difference having some help. But check it out, 3 layers are complete. All we have to do now is the roof and the doors, which is a huge job, as you can imagine. Oh man, just imagine tegus being in all of these very soon here. I did get the water hose hooked up, 75-foot hose, that way I can reach both sides. of the enclosure. So right now I am working on something that saves me probably 500 hours per year, and I'm not joking. So we have our timer right here, and here's the irrigation tubing that is going to the new enclosures. So this right here, I'll hook in to right here. And what we've done so far is we've ran all of the 1/2-inch tubing around the entire enclosures. You guys can see it came to a T right here, went off that way, and then this 1/2-inch tubing goes all the way around this entire enclosure. This, seriously, the whole thing of running all this irrigation tubing, all the drip lines to every enclosure will probably take me 3, maybe 4 hours. And then the time it gives back by not having to go and give every animal fresh, clean water every day is amazing. This does a fantastic job. All right, so I just got done putting the couplers on all of these 1/4 inch tubing. This will be the actual drip line. The dripper attachment goes right on the end, but I'll put that on after I get these in place. All right, so we just went from that side all the way down here, and we put in that 1/4 inch tubing. That tube will lead into their water bowl, and then we'll have a dripper attached to that. So I'll show you. So all I did is kind of dig out this little area, slide the tube through. I haven't put the dripper attachment on here yet because I decided, you know, I might be getting some dirt in the line while I do this. So I'm going to flush it out, turn the water on once I'm done installing all of these, and then I'll put the drippers on. And that should get all the dirt out whenever I flush it out. So that's what we're doing right now. Water bowl, we'll cover this in. Water bowl goes right here, and that sits inside of it. Works like a charm. All right, today I finished putting in the drip lines, so that is now complete. We are putting on the roof. My neighbor's here helping today because these pieces are 23 foot long each, and we're throwing them on. All right, had a full day of building today, and we got so much done. You guys, check it out. The roof is complete, okay? Check it out, the whole roof all the way down. It is done. I want to show you real quick a couple things that we did. And then also we got one enclosure finished. So I wanted to make the door to make sure the design and everything was gonna work and make sense. So you guys can see this is the door, slides open like that, boom. I mean, this enclosure is finished. Only 31 more to go. But let me show you a couple things real quick. When putting on the metal roof, we put on this 2x2 right here. This goes the length of the enclosure. This 2x2 prevents anything from escaping. You can see the door underneath here butts up against that when the door's closed. And so there's no way, this is secure. The roofing is screwed in underneath into this 2x2, and then the 2x2 is screwed in to the frame of the enclosure. So there, like I said, this thing is escape proof. It's getting there, you guys. The doors are going to take a lot of time. This door took a while. I mean, we were kind of building it and kind of seeing exactly how we want to do it, but it takes a while. When you're doing 32 enclosures at one time, every step is a big step. So feels good to see this, and it looks great. I'm happy I went with the black coated wire. It's just easier to see through. You almost don't see it. I don't know. Let's see. I'm not sure how it looks on camera. I think it looks good on camera as well. And that was something else I was thinking of. The black really is easier on the eyes. I want to get this thing done this week and move the Tegus out next weekend. So that's the goal. Who's ready to see Tegus in these things? All right, so daily update. We got all of the side pieces to the door frame cut out and all of the corner supports cut out. That was a big job. And then I have some help today. My neighbor's over there cutting out the side pieces to the frame for the door. So that's what today is, getting all the pieces cut out for the doors, then putting them together, and then getting the tracks into the enclosure. So we got a bunch of tracks already. We got to cut some more out, and then everything needs to be pre-drilled and then starting to put it together. So the end is in sight, but there's so much work. My arm's actually sore after cutting all these out. These pieces are from the openings of the hides that we cut out. So each one of those 9x9 pieces, we made 4 corner supports out. All right, so a little update before we get started. Right here, going all the way down the length of the enclosures, these are the tracks. These are gonna get installed inside, and that is what the doors sit on. I'll show you 2 that we have completed. You guys can see the doors sit on the tracks, and that is how they open and close. We got all the tracks pre-drilled and the screws are in them. They just need to be put in. And right now I am working on assembling the actual frames for all the doors. Okay, so that row, none of the doors have been put together. 20 more doors to assemble. I hope to get all 20 put together today. So the goals for today is to get all those tracks put into place inside of the enclosures and to get the remaining 20 doors assembled. Then the last step will be putting this hardware cloth right here, stapling that to each door frame. But you don't want to do the stapling until you build the frame and make sure that it fits, because once it's stapled you can't really adjust it if you need to. All right, hopefully, like I said, today I hope to get every door built. That's the goal. All right, huge update for you guys today. I'm starting to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We've got one side of the enclosures completely done. Just check this out. As we walk the line, and by done, I mean they are done. The metal is attached to these doors. The water bowls are in there. The drip lines have been ran. The timers are set. There is substrate in the enclosures. We've got straw inside the hides. This side is done, and it feels good, and it looks good. And we are oh so close to moving Tegus out here. Like, oh, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have felt a little bit burnt out this week. There's been some huge tasks like building these doors and stapling all the hardware cloth to it, putting the tracks in each enclosure. It's just been some really big jobs. When you're talking 32 enclosures, the work adds up. And but being able to see the end of the tunnel feels good. And I'm ready to be done. So we are now on the other side, the other row of the 16. You guys can see every single frame to the door has been built. I finished that today. I built every single one. That was a job. You can see this side still needs the hardware cloth. 12 more in this row need hardware cloth. Still debating about a couple small details, but these are just about finished, you guys. We did it. Like, we actually did it. Like, it was only a month ago that all of this was just an idea. I remember sitting in that chair with all the stuff behind me. You know, there's a fence and there was a pile of limbs that fell during a storm. There was nothing, and gosh, this thing was so much work. And now that it's all said and done, we averaged about an enclosure per day in work. And man, it's been so much. I'm worn out, but I'm about to reap the benefits of all of this hard work. You know, like, this season's gonna go a lot smoother than what it would have if I didn't have these ready. And these things are gonna help me out for years and years to come. And I even took that extra time and built the hides how I wanted them, put hinges on the lids, made all the tops slide instead of be on hinges. You know, I took the extra time, took those extra steps, put in that extra work, and I got something that's going to be really efficient. It's going to take care of the animals' needs, and it's awesome. So it is huge. I'm so proud of it. It looks good, everything works good, and I'm thankful for two people that helped me out a lot, which was my neighbor Ty and my nephew Tony, and then also Audrey. I mean, you guys, I've spent a lot of time out here. That's time that I typically would be spending inside, so shout out to Audrey who's editing this video. It's been a lot of work for me, it's been a lot of work for her getting this to where it is right now, and I'm thankful to all of you guys who watch the videos or who purchased a Tegu and supported us or bought a t-shirt or whatever. Like, this is all of that support has been amazing, and it's that energy has transferred into this right here. Like, this is it's amazing. So thank you everybody out there. I really appreciate it. Your support in any way makes a difference, and it makes things like this possible. So, but the time is almost here to move these adults outside. I'm probably gonna start on that here. I mean, literally, I think I'm gonna finish this within the next day, maybe 2 days, but maybe even tomorrow. And then I think the day after that, we start moving Tegus out. So this has turned into, from having 6 enclosures in my backyard to having close to 70 enclosures, maybe about 70 enclosures now out here. Boy, has it grown, and it has changed a lot. Everything about it has changed. It's crazy. So 70 enclosures. I've got to figure out where I'm putting everyone. There's a lot of details that goes into all of it, so that's what I got to figure out right now. But this is the update today. I'm hoping you guys, this is coming to an end. I'm so excited. Maybe tomorrow. All right, you guys. You saw the first screw going in, and just like that, the last door just got put into this enclosure. This thing is complete. I've been dreaming of having this thing done for 30 days now, and I did it. We got these Tegus from Florida, and we built this enclosure before Tegu season has started. Amazing. Thank you guys for watching this series, and I hope you join us next week right here at Rose City Reptiles when we move Tegus into all these enclosures. See you guys next time.